Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new reaction video. So today I'm going to be doing some more of your own personal horror stories. Now I absolutely love doing these, so thank you so much for everyone who has shared their story with me. I'm going to say my last piercing reaction got 1,684 comments. Now I know some of them will be my replies, but that is so many stories, so obviously I understand I can't do everyone's. But as always, if I don't read out your story, you are more than welcome to repost the same one on this video. So for my next one, I'll be coming back to this video to then react to these ones. We're going to get straight onto the reaction for your story warriors. I have a story to tell, similar to the earring embedded in my ear, how much of an idiot I feel now. It was quite a while back now though, thought it'd be funny to use a friend's piercing gun. Thought it would be funny to use a friend's piercing gun, was drinking at the time so that didn't help. I pierced both ears 7 times. You pierced 7 piercings in the same day on both of your ears with a piercing gun. I think that's like the record of like a piercing number in one go that I've been told by a story. That's intense and also stupid. Ears became sore, so I visit A&E to be told they'd have to inject and numb and slice them open to remove. Not a nice experience. Getting one piercing with a piercing gun is enough, let alone 14. Your poor ear must be deformed. To have to like cut it all out as well, like no thanks, no thanks. I'm glad that it's out, but please don't do this again, ever. Anyone watching this, especially don't get piercings when you're drunk. I have a horror story. I have 28 piercings, so I'm somewhat of a piercing enthusiast. Yes, bitch. Anyway, I received a gift voucher for a local studio. Not the one I usually go to, but they have good reputation. Decided to go for vertical tragus piercing, the surface one. If anyone doesn't know, they look like this. I knew as soon as she'd done it, it was pierced way too shallow. You can literally see the bar through the skin. Oh God. And the post was sticking out. It was a staple bar. When I brought this up, she said it was fine and to go back for a downsize in a few weeks. I went straight to my usual piercer who agreed it was too shallow and would 100% reject. To be honest, like even if it wasn't too shallow, the surface ones, the surface tragus piercings never stay in your body very long. They always reject. You just happen to have a bad experience because she did it too shallow, but it will reject anyway. People always ask me would I ever get one of them. Like no, like they just don't last very long. Like even if you get it done right, a year maybe max, because it's again, it moves all the time and it's just a really bad location to get caught on like hair and stuff. When I was in high school, a girl I had a huge crush on had a nose piercing. I thought she was really cool, and being the useless lesbian that I am, decided to pierce my own nose. Shoved an unsanitized, unsterile, and sort of blunt safety pin through my nostril. Oh, for God's sake, I knew literally nothing about piercings and thought I could put a stud earring in my nostril. No. Though the only reason I didn't leave it in was because the backing was too painful and obviously the post was too long. Guys, please, yes, do not do something just because someone else has got it and you think it's cool. Do it because you want it. People don't realize that when you're putting holes in your body, like it's a real wound. It's not like something you can play around with. Like you can have there's so many risks involved, like blood poisoning, infections, rejection, you know, impetigo, all these different things you can get from like piercings and stuff. Get it because you want it, not because someone else has got it. My mum had a co-worker who had a belly button piercing. She was super fit and it looked really great on her and she never had any problems with it. I can feel a butt coming on. One day, my mum and her co-workers went out for dinner and this friend of hers went also. Midway through the dinner, her friend needed to use the bathroom. She didn't know that her piercing had gotten somehow stuck on her jeans. So when she got up, it ripped. Oh my God. Blood was everywhere. Ambulance came and now she has a big scar on her belly. So like when she was sitting down, like got caught in her jeans and when she stood up it ripped. That's absolutely horrendous. A lot of the time people have these really dangly sort of like jewelry on their belly button because it like goes down the like stomach a bit more and I think it looks cute and everything, but those are so prone to getting caught on things. Like I would never have it. I've had mine for 10 years now and luckily for me, I've never had a problem with it. It was a little bit annoying when I first got it done because I stupidly went swimming too soon after getting it done, so it got infected. But like, you know, it's 10 years now, it's perfectly fine, but I've never caught on anything. I've never ripped it, luckily for me. If you're going to wear really dangly jewelry in your belly button, please be so aware because that's not a good idea really for long periods of time. Also, nothing too heavy because it can pull it down and it will cause it to migrate out of your body. When I was 10, I went and got my lobes pierced at, you guessed it, Claire's. The first one went decent for a piercing gun, then when they went to do the second one, I sneezed. So I want to know what happens. I can't imagine having a piercing gun here, and then you go, all I can do was ripping out your ear. No. The earring was holding on by a flap of skin at the bottom of my ear. The person doing them said it was fine. How on earth would anyone say that was fine? What? So the person doing them said it was fine. So I went home, it ripped out in my sleep that night. Oh my God. I got it redone by an actual piercing when I was 13. My ear is permanently deformed. Make piercing guns illegal, guys. Make them illegal. We need to make them illegal. So my friend got an arm dermal piercing and she got it professionally done and it healed with no problems. So one day she told me when she was carrying bags of groceries, oh no, I know what you're gonna, she's gonna say she put the bags down or something and it was hooked on her arm. I know that. Oh my God. She put the bags down from the other arm, but the arm with the heavy bag slipped down and ripped her piercing off. I just can't imagine how much pain she must have been in. And to this day, she still has a mini scar on her arm. Oh my God. So she put the bags down, the other one slipped down and ripped it off. Literally. No. Obviously, I used to have my wrist pierced a long time ago and I loved them, but they were such a bitch. So having dermals and things, like they're still slightly more deeper and like having them rip out, like that must hurt so much. I would love to have a dermal, but I just don't think I could cope with it. I think I'd take it out within like a week because I would just get frustrated because you will catch it. If it's on your arm, like and you're doing this all the time, you're gonna catch it. I got my earlobes pierced, yes, at Claire's with a gun. I followed the aftercare treatment, but they still get infected and my right one completely ballooned up. I tried to take it out, but it hurt so much that it wimped out and left it in. The front of my piercing ended up completely embedding in my ear. I was too scared to go to a doctor, hearing horror stories and having to cut it out of my ear. They were too scared to go to the doctor because of like videos like this, because of stories of having them cut out. You're welcome. One morning I woke up to a sticky mass in the back of my ear and my pillow. The lump had basically exploded and thankfully my earring had been expelled through the back of my ear with a torrent of blood and pus. That is absolutely disgusting. Oh, that must have hurt. Like, how did you not wake? Like, did you not like feel that in your sleep? It healed pretty nicely and I was just left with a small lump on the back of my ear. I recently tried to reopen some old piercings. This is about 20 years later. And when I pushed the earring through that part of my ear, a couple of small bits of metal came out. That must have broken off the original earring. Oh. You had little bits of metal in your ear for 20 years. That is insane. Hopefully this time mine gets noticed. You've been noticed, bish. A few years ago, I decided I wanted to get my nipples pierced. I'd gone to the same piercer forever and trusted her. Turns out she wasn't in that day, but the shop owner talked up their new piercer, so I decided to go for it. No, see, I am sure that obviously new piercers are great and stuff. Not all, you know, new piercers are going to be bad or whatever, but I've got such a good relationship with my piercer that I would refuse to go to anyone else just because she knows me, she knows what I like, she knows what I do, she knows how I react, she knows everything. Like, I love her so much and I could never go to anyone else, even if they were good. Like, turns out she had never done nipples before. She told me to take a deep breath and suddenly I felt insane pain. Turns out she hadn't pushed the needle all the way through but stopped while it was halfway in my nipple. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? As I exhaled, she pushed the rest of the way through. Luckily, she got the second one done in one push. Why would she stop halfway through? Doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? Guys, research your piercers. If someone ever said to me they've never done this kind of piercing before doing it on me, I would not do it. I know everyone's got to start somewhere, but I'm not being a guinea pig for you. I'm sorry, not happening. When I was 17, I got my belly button done. The piercer put dots on standing up, and when he pierced it, there was a lot of blood. He said this was normal. Fast forward about a month or so, and I noticed the bar had started to migrate. I tell my piercer about it, and he says it's fine and had Anne to leave it in. It's settling in. Is it though? Settling in? I mean, they can migrate during healing process, but if you can notice it quite a lot, it's probably rejecting. I do what I'm told, but it keeps getting worse and worse until it comes through and fully the tiny piece of skin breaks and leaves a massive gap between my belly button, which has left an ugly scar. I'm kind of concerned as to why you left it in that long that it came straight out like that. I get it if you still just leave it in, but like, surely when it's like got like a tiny bit of skin left holding it in, that's like a big enough sign to be like, maybe I shouldn't have it in. Here's my piercing horror story. Here we go, bitches. It's about to get gory. Oh. And what? I went to a professional and asked to get my upper lobe pierced, the second piercing after your lobe. And I asked for the needle because I know how bad guns can be. And she said, and she had the audacity to tell me they don't use needles to pierce upper lobes. What? Who is this person? Who is this person? Who is this person? Who is this person? To be honest, I should have ran then and there, but I continued like, what's the worst that could happen? I got the piercing done and it was great for about a week. Then I started to get pain in my ear and it was hard to sleep. So I asked my dad to take a look at it. Bitch, at the back of the earring was in my ear. So me being me freaked out and my dad managed to get the back out of it of my ear and take it out. I'm not joking, the size of the bar was tiny AF, and so it had no room to swell, and it had swollen over the back of it and got infected. Now I can't have my right ear pierced anymore. I'm heartbroken, but it was my own fault for going along with it. So, I mean, yeah, you're kind of to blame because you knew not to have a piercing on before, but also the piercer's an idiot, so you're not completely to blame. But that sounds absolutely horrendous. Yeah, guys, please, piercing gun stuff with this. The bars are not designed for swelling. They are so thin, they're so tiny, like they're not designed to be put in. I'm sorry, like, no. Oh, my lord. So guys, make sure you do come and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. There is links down below and in the description. And also make sure you do send me some of your stories and send me some stuff down below. I will hopefully get to yours next time. I'm sorry if I didn't get to yours this time. Again, just keep posting. Eventually I'll get around to them. But anyway, if you've had me, gave you everything on the bees. I need to bitch to take on with you because you are what? Flawless. Just to say a special thank you to my extra What's wrong with me? Special thank you to my patrons, Crew Roseberry. Crew Roseberry, oh my god. Curtis Mitchell, Fred Monster, Galaxy Starfire, Kelly Bowser, Kia, Nikki NG, and Philippa Clark for being my top tier patrons. If you'd like to go a Patreon, there is a link down below. You can help me live and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, bye.